Outer Orange.
Today, we're gonna talk about some Shadowverse. Alright, fam, so this is set 7. This is basically a big overhaul of like decks. I have a little bit more knowledge now of what every deck is doing. It's a lot of interesting back and forth. Actually, I think the set has a lot of back and forth. There's a lot less like I roll, I just randomly here type of thing, and a lot more like I'm healing, you're healing, I'm healing, you're healing, I do some stuff, you do some, I blow up your board, you blow up my board. Just a little bit more like a rubber band. And that's good because set 6.5 definitely did not feel that way, and I'm very happy to see that this set's a little bit better. Abyss, Sword, and Forest make the main 3, and then everything else. So we got Forest, Fairy. I actually think Fairy is really good. There's like this new card that came out, and it's actually really solid. I'm trying to find it. Oh, no, there it is. No, it's Spiana. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's this new 6 drop. This new 6 drop makes Fairy just so much better. That has other issues, obviously. Just finding your Amataz in time, but this new 6 drop definitely helps push for it further. Here's another fairy list. I believe it might be the same, if not the same. It looks similar. It's running the road stuff, so a little bit different. Other list. And then we have Fable. So Fable and Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast did get some new cards. There's Cheshire Cat, which can be recycled over and over again. And then also we have the new Setsu guy that you can run. He also kind of helps with that. That's basically the main thing. And then we also have the Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter also kind of helps a little bit with the Fable engine. Makes the deck a little bit more consistent. It's a little better, a little easier to stack the Fables now. You can work with the EX zone more. This card comes back. It's an older card as well. So I think this deck's super fun, but I'm also super biased because I'm a big Fable enjoyer. Fable is like my favorite I think ever. I just love Fable, but I don't think it's insane. I think it's just good, just nothing insane. It just does some stuff that's really, really fun. But if you want to mess around with Fable, I actually might be building this. I'm thinking I want to take a break from Egg Haven specifically, and maybe build into this because I actually think this deck got a lot better. So there's that. Next we have Hunter. I think Hunter stays about the same. It does get a couple new cards. I have a bunch of Natura. Natura's got a bunch of new stuff in it. Oh yeah, this is the one drop. This is a Hunter. So you want to run the Cook to kind of be able to go through tree stuff. You can basically loop your tree to be able to heal and bring it all back. You have the Primal Giant to kind of help you close out games a little bit towards the end. And then you have the new girl that's played with Set of Packing, have Storm, and blow up your board as fast as possible. And you basically just keep doing that. You do kind of have to rely on the combo to kind of keep the deck moving, but it's actually not bad. I don't think it's that high. Like here's another list with the trail. Oh, you notice all trail lice and tree decks tend to be a thing just because you can discard and draw and then discard and draw again. So you can kind of keep going because you can discard the trail light and keep drawing, which is very, very important in decks like these. So keep in mind, Trail of Light is a very popular card. After that, we have Sword. I think Sword's insane right now. Like it's not the best of the best of the best, but it's really, really, really good. It has, I feel like, the better end of the stick out of everything, but it's not a huge margin. I just think this deck is very, very powerful. It just has a lot of free advantage. You got the new spell. You can run the Maisha package. You can you have the Magna Axis. The Princess Strike is really good. The Balbion is just in general like a good card. And then there's like this 3-drop that gives Storm, which I don't even think they're running this. They're not running the Storm card. Maybe it's not needed. I don't know. You also there's the Uma card that gives something Storm that you can run. You can run that. The Maid Leader's back just to be find cards faster because you get to search cards out. And then I swear there has to be one person running the line. There has to be a person running the line. There it is. So a lot of people run that one we saw didn't, but there's also this just says rest a tree and this can attack. It gets Storm. This is just disgusting. This card is so nasty. Like I think this card's insane. Some people are still running Leonidas. But yeah, there's also the new Wield guy. He's also just insane because they on him. But yeah, I think this deck has a lot going for it. It's basically been playing like Sword, but just better. Like I like this deck so much that I'm building it. Like if that says anything about how this plays, it plays really well, and I'm a big fan. So we'll have to see where that goes with it. We have this is the only thing that was going on at Sword, by the way. But I will say I think this stuff's insane. It also did really well. Like, this is the first one, so it's definitely doing what it wants to do. And here's the Maisha package you get. I think Maisha's, if your foot isn't out, you just gotta lose. Very, very strong. We got some Rune. We got D-Shift. Like, Huan is still a thing. I believe the Curse Cracker is still legal for them, so Huan is still kind of like a thing. I will say Huan has a wide board presence issue that it starts bumping into because of the restriction. And also, a lot of people can create boards out of thin air pretty quickly with Natura and Machina and all that kind of stuff. So this deck has a little bit of a harder time, but the restriction definitely pushes it back. There are some new cards that Kuan gets, actually, that makes it better. The issue is, or not better, just you have more tools basically. But I think the deck on its own is suffering for like wide boards because it can't answer wide boards fast enough. You have Earthright. I don't know much about Earthright. Like I know what it does for the most part. I don't know how the new cards interact with Earthright, but I've been hearing good things about it. I'm hearing that it's getting better. So for Earthright fans who've been waiting, now's your time to start picking up cards. Yeah, a single Shadow. Lashana shouldn't change too much. It's about the same, so I don't think this deck changes a lot. But some people have been playing it and been saucing it up with it. I will say now with the amulet removers, I don't know if Lashana is really worth it because once the amulets are gone, Lashana's gonna hurt. Get some Machina, so this is like the pinger, like it pings and gets board access basically. So the new girl pings down the board, and then this guy basically gives you a board. He plays like kind of like extra from this, and then you have Technolord and a couple other cards to kind of keep the motions going. You have Dragon. Dragon's like a burn deck for the not Notorious stuff. It basically just sits there and burns you out of the game. Funnily enough, you don't need to run Forte. Like I know some lists do like this one. You actually don't need to. You can also run the Maisha package as well to kind of help you out with you know, just randomly having people on the board. So it's also just funny. But yeah, there are some lists that are not running Forte just because of the Evolve. Your Evolve gets a little tight. So there are some lists that are just opting not to run Forte package, like this one for example. This one does not run Forte or Maisha. It basically just runs all the other cards because you just need them. The Magnet comes up a lot in this list, and like I said, you're kind of going for endgame type strategy. We have Abyss, we have Necrocharge. Necrocharge gets actually quite a few new cards up. This one is what a control Necrocharge list one. It's not running Ector, it's not pure, it's not actually like Ector's Necrocharge. Now it's not running. This is more control Abyss, I would say, than Necrocharge, but it does have Necrocharge cards in it. But there's some new cards that came out that basically makes Necrocharge better. So that's what those lists are for. Some people are putting the colorful click in just like an extra bonus into decks. This card's a Necrocharge card. I would say it's really the only thing. Obviously, Whispers of a Dream is also a card, so also helps it out. Here's Machina. This is with Mono. This deck is very, very oppressive. Some run Jujutsu, some don't. It's kind of see which route you want to go. But yeah, this deck just creates board out of nowhere over and over again, and you have to keep answering it. This grade 2, the 2-drop just basically gets access, so it just keeps filling up the board. The 4-drop lets you bring the board, lets you find cards to then bring the board back. You got the Turbo Goblin, a couple other cards that basically just create the tokens over and over again for you to just keep getting bored. And then Technoward kind of also helps keep that engine going. Overall, it's a really good engine. Kind of does this thing. The good part about it is there's like, as you can see, it's pretty standard too. Like everything is basically at 3 or 4 copies. Like there's no like weird, like you don't have to run too many techs or anything. The deck just kind of does that. So it's really good. We're pretty strong overall. A lot of board access. I don't know what this card is. It's a neutral. Oh, it might be Machina Wing. It might be Machina Wing. It is Machina Wing. It's Machina Wing, but an alt art. So this is Machina Wing. You rest itself, it deals with where it becomes a board. Pretty sure that's exactly what that is. I know a lot of people love Machina Wing, so I'm not surprised to see it being run. It's usually like a 1 to 3 of index. It kind of just around. I'm seeing everyone has the shiny version. I'm trying to find like, the regular version for you guys, but everyone's got the shiny version. But, yeah, it's a neutral. Everyone gets it. Or not gets it, but it's in set 5. So I'm trying to find one without it. Here it is. This is Machina. So if you want the regular version, it looks like those guys have been open. And then let's look at Haven. I think Haven is really good. The new stuff, but it's just not very popular. There's Fable Haven. I don't think Fable Haven is good. However, this Bishop's insane. This Bishop can get you tea time, and then tea time procs, and tea time can get you another card. You can like Cairo like crazy now. It's just way too slow. There is other issues that this deck has that aren't very good. Someone Meowskers isn't really worth it, but yeah, this deck got a really good new card. It's just a set too slow in my opinion. Now Ward, I don't know if Ward is really worth it. I don't think it is because I feel people can just clear board a little too easily. So I'm kind of iffy on that. We have Machina. I think Machina, like I said, I mentioned before, I'll mention it again. I might be just biased, but I think this deck's insane. I am currently testing a similar list to this list because it's running the Red Ruby Falcon in it. I really recommend any list with Falcon in it. I think it's just really good. You'll notice this one's not running Jean. I've been kind of 50-50 on the Jean. There are some parts of me that are like, oh, you don't need Jean, you're fine. But then, you know, the boards where like mono comes out of nowhere and just like creates boards out of thin air gets really scary because yeah, you can go into hurry board clear, but it won't always work. Sometimes you need more than just one, and it is a hefty cost. So there's that. But otherwise, this deck draws a lot. You can cheat out Technolord like earlier. You can cheat out the Father earlier. you can cheat out. You can cheat out just a lot of random good Machina cards early. You have the access to 2 storms now, which is the Turbo Falcon and the Ruby Falcon, and you can kind of close out. You can randomly create a really, really hard board here on like turn 4, 5, or 6, I believe correctly. Okay, long story short, once the board is there, your opponent has to answer it, and we're in a format where it's not as easy to answer these boards on turn. So yeah, I think this deck is low-key very, very powerful. Be on the lookout for this deck. I think it's really scary. I think it's a sleeper set. Definitely a sleeper, especially if there's any other list to look at here. Here's one with the Jean package, so if you're into the Jeans, you can run Jean. I'm not the biggest fan of Jean. One is Evolve Space, two, it's just you really need Machina to like do anything, and it's like very important to have Machina. You notice this list is running half and half. It's got the Jean, it's got freaking Aegis in here, Ether. The other one had Ether too, but it was a little less. It's got the Kaede at 3, which again isn't a Machina card. So like when you don't have the Machina cards, the deck kind of goes a little rough. They're also running Snipes. Maybe there's a little bit of Idolmaster format, so instead to run the Snipes. That is possible. But that's basically it. We got Uma, and Idolmaster. So there is a little bit of Idolmaster. This set, there was a little bit of Idolmaster stuff before. Nothing insane there. Only a couple. People definitely switched off of Idolmaster pretty quickly, especially with Nature Sword coming out and all this fun stuff. But in case you just don't feel like playing that, you can also just keep playing your Idol deck if you want. There's new generations as well, so if you want to mess around with this. That's basically it. That's everything I have for set 6 currently. I think the set is really, really fun so far. It's got a lot of goodies in it. It's definitely some fun for everyone. I'm really excited. I'm probably gonna go down the routes of building out my Fable Forest finally, because I'm really wanting to play that deck, but I feel like it was low. I think it still is, but there might be some kind of sauce in it. But yeah, that's all I really have for y'all today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have shop for Orange Community goodies, Black Friday deals are kind of happening right now. They're kind of starting to die down. We're exiting out of Thanksgiving, but I hope there's still something out there for you, because there's definitely a lot to explore. And if not, if you're into Vanguard or anything else, he also does a bunch of other card games. All you can check it out using my code Orange, goodiecards.shop. I'm that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this was informative. Peace out. Das vidano. See you guys in a future video. Bye.